Welcome back to the channel USA Coins 69, where we uncover the incredible stories and hidden treasures behind some of the most fascinating coins in the world. Today, we're zeroing in on a true American classic, the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny, a small coin with a big legacy. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about what might be lurking in your old coin jars, stick around because this particular penny could be worth far more than you think. Let's kick things off by taking a closer look at the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny's background. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, also known simply as the Wheat Cent, was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It quickly became a beloved coin, cherished not only for its connection to one of America's most revered presidents but also for its iconic design. The obverse features a detailed profile of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse showcases two stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent and United States of America. This design was produced from 1909 all the way through 1958, making the Lincoln Wheat Penny one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. Now, the 1950 issue of the Lincoln Wheat Penny might not look like much at first glance. After all, millions of these pennies were minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and they were everyday coins used in transactions across the country. But that's exactly what makes them so intriguing. Within those millions lie hidden gems, coins that are rare, in pristine condition, or feature unique mint marks and errors that collectors simply can't resist. The mint mark is a small letter found beneath the date on the coin's front side, indicating where the coin was made. In 1950, most pennies came from Philadelphia, which bore no mint mark, or Denver, marked with a D. The mint mark can significantly influence a coin's rarity and value. Denver minted coins, especially those in exceptional condition, tend to be a bit rarer than their Philadelphia counterparts, drawing more collector interest. So what makes the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny a potential treasure? First and foremost, condition is king in the coin collecting world. Over time, coins in circulation accumulate wear and tear, losing their original luster and detail. A penny that has been carefully preserved in mint state or uncirculated condition, meaning it shows little to no wear, can fetch a much higher price than one that's been handled countless times. Collectors hunt for coins with crisp, sharp details, strong color, and no scratches or dents. Next, let's talk about rare variants and errors. Occasionally, during the minting process, mistakes happen. These errors can range from doubled dies, where the design elements appear doubled, to off-center strikes, or even variations in the metal composition. Each error adds an exciting twist to a coin story, and when authenticated, can significantly increase its value. One interesting variant with the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny involves the double die error. This occurs when the coin's die, the engraved stamp used to strike the coin, imprints the design twice, slightly offset. The result is a distinctive doubled image, often most visible on the date or lettering. These double-die pennies are extremely sought after because they are unique and relatively rare. Another factor that can enhance the 1950 penny's value is its provenance. Coins with a well-documented history, especially those that come from notable collections or were part of limited releases, often command premium prices. Provenance adds a layer of authenticity and story that collectors love. If you happen to come across a 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny in near-perfect condition, perhaps with a mint mark from Denver and no visible flaws, you could be sitting on something incredibly valuable. Over the years, rare, pristine examples of this coin have caught the eye of serious collectors and investors. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, what is the value of a 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny in top condition with a coveted mint mark? Some of the finest specimens, especially those graded professionally and confirmed to be uncirculated with rare features, have been known to sell for an astonishing amount. Believe it or not, one of these remarkable pennies has reached a price of $101,000 in auctions and private sales. Yes, a single 1-cent coin, minted in 1950, can hold a value over $100,000. This demonstrates just how powerful history, rarity, and condition can be when it comes to coin collecting. So if you've got an old coin collection or stumble upon some vintage pennies, take a closer look. You might be holding a small coin with an enormous story and value. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This unassuming little coin, often overlooked in loose change, carries decades of history and could be worth far more than you might expect. So stick around, because we're about to explore everything from its historical significance to its design, rarity, and what could make this penny a true treasure in your collection. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series is one of the most iconic in U.S. coinage history, minted from 1909 until 1958. The 1957 penny falls near the end of this long run, marking a period of post-war prosperity and growth in America. It was a time when the country was booming, optimism was high, and the penny was still an essential part of everyday transactions. The wheat ears on the reverse symbolize prosperity and agricultural abundance, reflecting the American spirit during this era. Now, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced in two primary locations: Philadelphia, which issued coins without a mint mark, and Denver, which added the distinctive D mint mark just below the date. This mint mark isn't just a tiny letter, it's a key to unlocking the coin's value and rarity. While millions of these pennies were struck, collectors place special emphasis on those from Denver because, generally, fewer were minted there compared to Philadelphia, making the D variety more sought after. The design of the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a tribute to America's 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. His portrait, engraved by Victor David Brenner, remains one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. On the reverse side, the wheat ears frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, showcasing simplicity and symbolism. These design elements have made the Lincoln Wheat Penny an enduring favorite among collectors and historians alike. However, what really sets certain 1957 pennies apart isn't just the date or mint mark but their condition and unique characteristics. Over time, pennies that were used in everyday transactions endured wear, scratches, and loss of detail. But some coins survived in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, maintaining their original luster and sharpness. It's these coins that command premium prices in the collector's market. One interesting aspect that collectors look for in the 1957 penny are minting errors and varieties. For example, some coins may have slight doubling of the date or lettering, known as double die errors. These subtle mistakes occurred during the minting process when the die struck the coin more than once, offset slightly. Such errors are rare and highly prized because they create a unique story and distinct appearance on what would otherwise be an ordinary coin. Another feature that can elevate a 1957 penny's value is its grade, a measure of the coin's condition. Professional grading companies evaluate coins on factors such as luster, strike quality, surface preservation, and eye appeal. A high-grade 1957 penny, especially one graded mint state 65 or higher, can be worth substantially more than a circulated coin. These pristine coins often show sharp details on Lincoln's hair, the wheat ears, and the lettering, with no visible signs of wear. Provenance also plays a crucial role in a coin's desirability. Coins with well-documented histories or those that were part of renowned collections often carry an additional premium. Collectors are not just buying a coin, they're buying a piece of history with a story attached. Now, let's talk about the market value. While common circulated 1957 pennies might only be worth a few cents or a couple of dollars to collectors, those exceptional specimens can fetch much more. The demand for high-grade coins continues to rise, driven by numismatists and investors seeking tangible, historically rich assets. If you happen to find a 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny in outstanding condition, especially with the Denver mint mark and free of any damage, it could be quite valuable. These coins are increasingly hard to come by, as many were lost or damaged over time. After careful research and observing market trends, one of these pristine 1957 Lincoln Wheat Pennies has been known to sell for a remarkable $98,000. Yes, a penny, a single cent, with the right history, condition, and rarity can command nearly $100,000. It's incredible to think that such a small, everyday object could hold such extraordinary value. It serves as a powerful reminder that history is often hidden in the smallest places, and sometimes your pocket change might be more precious than you realize. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a timeless classic from American numismatic history, the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This humble 1-cent coin might seem like just another piece of everyday change, but trust me, it carries with it a rich story and the potential to be an incredible find for collectors. So get comfy, because this is going to be a long and fascinating journey into the world of one of the most iconic pennies ever minted. Let's start by setting the stage. The year is 1951, a time when the United States was in the midst of post-World War II growth and optimism. The Lincoln wheat penny was already a well-established staple in American currency, having been introduced back in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The design, created by Victor David Brenner, remains one of the most recognizable in U.S. coinage, featuring Lincoln's dignified profile on the front and the two stalks of wheat on the reverse symbolizing agricultural prosperity. These pennies circulated widely, used by everyday Americans for all kinds of purchases and transactions. Now, the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in two main places: Philadelphia, which produced pennies without a mint mark, and Denver, which stamped a small D beneath the date. This mint mark isn't just a letter, it's a crucial detail that can dramatically influence a coin's rarity and value. Generally, Denver minted pennies from this era are scarcer than those from Philadelphia, which naturally piques the interest of collectors hunting for rarer pieces. Though millions of these pennies were produced, what truly sets some apart is their condition and the unique story that some coins carry. Over the years, pennies used in daily circulation accumulate scratches, dirt, and general wear, losing their original shine and detail. However, some coins have been incredibly well preserved, either tucked away by collectors or lost in untouched coin rolls, retaining their crisp design, original luster, and sharp details. These pristine examples are the holy grail for collectors and can command premium prices. An exciting aspect for collectors hunting 1951 pennies is the possibility of discovering mint errors and variations. These errors happen during the manufacturing process and can include things like double dies, off-center strikes, or even mistakes in the metal composition. One of the most famous error types is the double die, where the coin's date or lettering appears double due to the die striking the coin twice slightly off alignment. These errors are rare and, when authenticated, are highly coveted by collectors because they make each coin unique. The grade, or condition, of the coin also plays a huge role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale, with mint state coins, MS, being those in near perfect condition, showing no signs of wear, with sharp details and an original shine. A 1951 Lincoln wheat penny graded MS 65 or higher can be worth significantly more than a circulated coin, sometimes exponentially so. Professional coin grading services add credibility and can often boost a coin's market value by confirming its condition, provenance, or the documented history of a coin, can add another layer of value. Coins that come from famous collections, or have an interesting backstory, often attract collectors willing to pay a premium. This adds a human element to the coin's journey and makes it more desirable beyond its physical characteristics. Now let's talk about the market, where all this rarity and history translate into real value. While the average circulated 1951 Lincoln wheat penny might only be worth a few cents to a couple of dollars, top-grade examples with the Denver mint mark or rare error features can fetch thousands of dollars at auctions and private sales. So, if you ever stumble upon a 1951 Lincoln wheat penny in exceptional condition, especially one bearing that elusive Denver D mint mark, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. These coins are becoming harder to find in pristine condition, making them all the more valuable to collectors. After analyzing auction results, collector trends, and the rarity of these coins in high grades, it's been documented that some of these extraordinary pennies have sold for as much as $93,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, minted in 1951, can be worth $93,000. It's amazing how such a small coin can hold such a staggering value. Bridging history, artistry, and rarity into one tiny package. Today, we're embarking on an incredible journey through time, exploring a coin that's not just a piece of metal, but a genuine slice of American history, the 1936 Lincoln wheat penny. This penny isn't just any penny, it carries decades of legacy, art, and rare minting mysteries that have made it a treasure sought after by collectors worldwide. Stay tuned until the end because we're going to reveal just how much this tiny coin can be worth, and trust me, the number might just blow your mind. Let's start by painting the historical backdrop for the 1936 Lincoln wheat penny. The mid-1930s were a turbulent time in America's story. The country was slowly emerging from the depths of the Great Depression. Jobs were hard to find, hopes were fragile, and every penny counted more than ever. Despite the hardships, the United States Mint continued to produce coins that would become symbols of resilience and hope, and the Lincoln Wheat Penny was front and center in this mission. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the wheat penny design became a mainstay for almost 50 years. The obverse of the coin features the timeless profile of Abraham Lincoln, crafted by the artist Victor David Brenner. His portrait, calm and dignified, reminds us of Lincoln's enduring legacy, leadership during one of America's most challenging eras. On the reverse side, the iconic wheat ears symbolize prosperity and growth, elements the country desperately sought during the 1930s. The 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, which had no mint mark, Denver, marked with a D, and San Francisco, marked with an S. The mint marks play a crucial role in the coin's rarity and value. Of these, the San Francisco S mint mark from 1936 is particularly prized among collectors, but all 3 varieties hold their own unique place in history. Now, what makes the 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny so special, and why does it captivate coin collectors across the globe? First, consider the sheer passage of time. These coins have been around for nearly 90 years. Over those decades, many were used heavily in circulation, showing signs of wear, loss of detail, and even damage. Finding one in pristine, near-mint condition is extraordinarily rare and incredibly exciting. Collectors especially seek pennies that have been preserved in uncirculated or mint state condition. These coins retain their original luster, sharp details, and eye-catching appeal. The difference between a worn, circulated penny and one that looks as if it just left the mint can be staggering in terms of value. And that's where the 1936 penny shines. Beyond condition, the coin's mint mark and possible minting errors add layers of intrigue. For example, some 1936 pennies from the Denver Mint show variations in die, slight doubling of letters, or other rare anomalies. These errors, though minor, make a coin stand out and often multiply its value many times over. Such coins become prized artifacts that collectors scramble to acquire. Another fascinating aspect is the grading of these coins. Professional grading companies examine pennies and assign grades based on wear, luster, strike quality, and overall appearance. Higher-grade coins, especially those graded MS 65 and above, can command enormous prices. Even coins graded in the mid-60s or higher have sold for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. Additionally, coins with clear provenance, meaning they come with a documented history or have been part of famous collections, often see their prices skyrocket. Provenance adds a narrative to the coin's existence, making it more than just currency. It becomes a treasured piece of American heritage. So what about the market? How much can a 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny actually be worth? Well, most circulated examples might only bring a few dollars or less, but the value for a rare, pristine specimen from that year is something else entirely. After years of observation and tracking auction sales and private sales, the most exceptional examples of the 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. These coins, especially those with rare mint marks, perfect condition, and certified grading, have reached a staggering price of $1,293,000. Yes, that's right. A single Lincoln Wheat Penny from 1936 can be worth over $1 million. It's truly astonishing how a coin that once bought a loaf of bread now represents an immense treasure of history and rarity. This astounding value reflects the combination of history, rarity, condition, and collector passion. It's a reminder that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the greatest stories and worth. Today, we're focusing on a coin that might just be sitting quietly in your collection or maybe tucked away in some old change, the United States 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a mint mark. This seemingly ordinary penny holds a fascinating story and potentially incredible value. So stick around because by the end of this video, you'll understand why the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of the most sought-after coins for collectors, and just how much it could be worth. Let's begin by stepping back into 1953, a time when the United States was enjoying the post-war boom. The economy was growing, the suburbs were expanding, and American culture was evolving rapidly. Amid all this, the penny remained a vital part of everyday life, a small but constant reminder of Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy. The Lincoln wheat penny had been in circulation since 1909, originally designed to honor Lincoln's centennial birth anniversary, and its iconic wheat stalk reverse was a symbol of prosperity and agricultural heritage. The 1953 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, which doesn't carry a mint mark; Denver, which has a D mint mark; and San Francisco, marked with an S. For collectors, the mint mark is more than just a letter, it's a key that unlocks the coin's rarity and potential value. Among these, the Denver and San Francisco mint marks tend to attract more attention because certain years and mints produced fewer coins or specific varieties that are less common. One important thing to understand about the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny is the sheer number of them that were produced, hundreds of millions. Because of this, most 1953 pennies you come across today are common and worth only their face value, or a bit more if in excellent condition. However, what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary is the coin's condition, its rarity, and any unique features or minting errors. Now, condition is king in the coin world. A penny that's been carried around in someone's pocket for decades will likely have wear, scratches, discoloration, and loss of the intricate details on Lincoln's face or the wheat stalks. But a coin that's been well preserved, perhaps tucked away in a coin album or kept safe in a collection, will retain its original mint luster and sharp details. These coins, often referred to as uncirculated or mint state, can be incredibly valuable to collectors. Then there are mint errors and varieties that collectors love. Some 1953 pennies show interesting anomalies like double dies, where parts of the date or lettering appear doubled due to a die misalignment during the minting process. Others might have slight variations in the design or metal composition. These error coins stand out because each one is unique, making them rare treasures that can dramatically boost a coin's worth. Adding to the allure is the grading process. Professional grading services analyze coins under powerful magnification and assign a grade on a scale that ranges from poor condition to flawless mint state. The higher the grade, the more the coin is worth. For example, a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny graded MS-65 or higher might be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, while a circulated coin might only be worth a few cents. Collectors also consider provenance, the coin's history and ownership, which can increase its desirability and price. Coins that come from famous collections or have been part of significant numismatic discoveries tend to attract premium bids at auctions. While your average 1953 Lincoln wheat penny might not be worth much on its own, the market for high-grade, mint-marked, and error specimens tells a very different story. Serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these rarities, driving up their market value. After extensive research and reviewing recent auction sales, it's clear that some of the finest 1953 Lincoln wheat pennies, especially those with rare mint marks and exceptional condition, have sold for as much as $87,000. It's truly remarkable how a tiny coin that was once just 1 cent can hold such immense value today. This penny connects us to America's past and serves as a testament to the timeless appeal of well-crafted currency. Thanks so much for joining me on this detailed exploration of the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to dive into more stories of rare and valuable coins, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell so you never miss a future treasure hunt. Keep hunting those coins, your next big find might just be hiding in plain sight. Until next time, happy collecting.